Go and get it out because I'm finna hit record.
Ooh. Okay, we're good.
Hi, birdies. Welcome to another episode of Raven's Nest. If this is your first time joining us, I am Raven. Thank you for joining our flock. This is my daughter, Nakaya. Kaya, I'm sorry. Yeah, she gonna be on me after this. This is Kaya, you guys. This is my baby, my mini, all that good stuff. Um, she is joining us today in celebration of LGBTQ, LNP. Y'all know who y'all are. Everybody. um, but yeah, so happy Pride, you guys. Today we will be discussing children with parents of the LGBTQ community. Um, so I did not prep her, you guys. I didn't give her any questions. She's naturally really blunt, like her mother. So I definitely wanted the raw, like, and I'm just really happy to be doing this with, of all people, her. Like, y'all will get to know a little about me, as well as learn some things about, of course, kids of parents who are part of the community. So let's see, where should I start? So pretty much like I've definitely been bisexual her whole life. I just really, when she was, before she was even one, I was in a relationship with a woman. So yeah, before she could even speak or anything. So I guess I'll start there. I'm gonna ask, was it confusing to you? Would you growing up originally, I was in a relationship with a woman. Of course, when we separated, I got in a relationship with a man. Like, was it confusing to you, like, either when I switched and went back to dating a guy, or just the fact that I may have dated guys and girls? Was that ever confusing to you?
No,
Scoot up, speak up. Stop being scary, because you know you're not scary.
it wasn't.
It wasn't. Why do you
Because, I mean,
scoot up?
bro.
She's so silly, y'all. Give her a second. Let her shake it off.
Okay,
She's extra. But I need you to speak to the mic, ma'am.
okay. No, it wasn't. I mean, not really. No.
Is it because like that was all you knew? Is it
Yeah.
because okay? Okay. So again, speaking when you were younger, I mean, even now, do you feel like any kids picked on you or teased you because, like, if I was dating a female, do you feel like
Mm, no. I got asked about it a lot in elementary, but like, nah, not really.
what type of questions were you asked?
Like, you come into my field day with your girlfriend, they be like, "Hi, why do you have two moms?" or "How do you have two moms?" But like, I wouldn't say picked on or teased.
So, um, like, did that make you feel any kind of way?
Mm-mm.
I'm mad you just being all short and stuff. Usually, you got just so much to say.
Cause I'm very rude. I didn't have friends in elementary school, so my two moms was my friends.
First of all, you weren't gonna have any friends as bossy as she is. Um. So next, I'm going to ask. Do you feel like me dating women? Do you feel like that has influenced you in any way, or that it affects your sexuality or anything like that? Lord, oh my gosh.
um, No. Um. Mm-mm.
Do you remember what you asked me when you were little?
What did I ask?
So, she had to be about like 4 or 5, I think. She had came to me and was just like, "Mom, dude, because you like girls, like, do I have to like girls?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, "You like whatever it is you like." And she was just like, "Okay, good, because I don't like girls." And I was like, "Okay, again, whatever she liked was fine." I mean, I definitely let her know that that was okay. In that moment, I'm not gonna blast you on. It's okay. I'm not gonna blast you on her. But in that moment, like I told her, and I definitely try to let all of my kids know that whatever they like is fine with me. I definitely want them to be themselves. I don't want them to feel like they can't come to me or talk to me about anything, because this one definitely talks to me about everything, probably way more than I would like her to talk to me about. Yeah, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I don't know. With that being said, it's just, I don't know, because I know a lot of people tend to say like they don't want to expose their kids to lesbians or gay dudes because they feel like that's gonna make their kid gay. Like, no.
I definitely feel like growing up having a mother who was bi, that it made me feel more accepting. Like, I had my times where I was very questionable on who I liked and what I liked. But being who you are, that made me feel more like, how do I say it? Comfortable.
All right, now that, and that's definitely something I try to instill in my kids, as well as judgment. My child is very opinionated, and I have to definitely let her know. Even with her being young, she knows for a fact she used to not be able to talk about mention anybody in the stores. Remember, we had your rules. You can talk about old
Yeah.
people. You can talk about like
Oh, I do it freely now. But
she literally I remember that was it a lady that was in front of us at the store that time? And you were like extra loud, that old lady. She was, y'all, we were in the store and she was like, this lady is in front of us and she was like, "Oh, mommy, look. She looks like a raisin." Like, bro, this lady is like not even a foot in front of us. Like, the whole line is cracking up. Like, so she definitely had rules on what she couldn't speak about anybody because she had no filter. Which is why I don't know why she acting so shy. But that's neither here nor there. But I definitely tried to instill in them that I didn't want them judging people. With me being free spirited and me like having long nails and having like colored hair and tattoos and
it
just
has
really,
nothing to do with raisins or people with wrinkles.
it's people being themselves. And that lady had no choice but to look like a raisin.
What's that Olay skincare stuff?
First of all, Olay do not stop old age.
It stops wrinkles.
No, don't stop it. It helps it.
She needs to get that skin tightness stuff. We wouldn't have this conversation.
Again, this is why she wasn't allowed to talk about people. Let's see. Well, I guess you kind of answered that one because my next question was, how do you feel about having a parent of the LGBTQ community?
I feel very fine because I had a lot of friends that were either bi or gay or questioning their sexuality where their parents weren't always as open. And so I got to give them advice that my mom gave me or that my mom, went through or experienced.
Yeah, and that's definitely another thing. I do try to be pretty open with them, age appropriate wise. Of course, she knows a lot more than her siblings may know. Of course, I've never hid my sexuality from them because I don't feel like that's something to hide. I don't see any straight people walking around trying to hide their relationship from their kids because
That's considered normal.
yeah, it's considered normal. So I've never hid my sexuality from them. However, when I say I'm open with them age appropriate wise, I mean like when it came to, I waited till my daughter was in her teens to discuss dating and it's stuff I went through when I was dating, like just things like that.
It's not good. I would not advise.
It's just I don't give good advice.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about dating people. It's not good. I would not advise people.
Yeah, she's just now starting to get into that. Well, I'm sorry. She's just now starting to get to a point to where I've acknowledged that she's dating, because everybody else before this was her little friend. I ain't trying to hear it. But we're just not getting to that point. So pray for me.
Pray for me.
You be on my phone.
Yeah.
All day, every day, whining,
crying, sad, depressed.
but pray for her. Anyway, actually, something you mentioned though leads me into my next question. On our previous episode, we discussed mommy and daddy issues.
Oof.
And you were speaking on parents and stuff that weren't as accepting, blah blah blah, all that kind of good stuff. As you know, personally, I have my own personal issues with my mother and my sexuality.
She was talking about something else.
I have my own personal issues with my mother and my sexuality. She's definitely been. I came out. It was right after I had you, so I came out when I was 16, and yeah, she still has not accepted it. I'm definitely way older than that. It's definitely been over a decade, and she still is not accepting of it. It's been a really rough journey. Trying to find a way to somewhat maintain a relationship with her and be myself. Because once I came out and decided to be myself, it was I don't know. I never wanted to hide that part of me or pretend it doesn't exist or be someone else around anyone else. So,
which is surprising that you tried to maintain a relationship, because my mom taught me that if people didn't accept you for who they are, then they didn't have the right to
I'm at to say
be part of your life.
Your mom, like I'm right here. But I mean, and again, this is something you know personally. This is previous. Like, again, people are so quick to say, like, that's blood, that's your mother. Like, you only get one mother, you only get one father. Like, blah blah blah, all of this or whatever. But ultimately, like she said, what I instill in my kids is, if someone loves you, they're gonna love you for you. They're gonna love all of you. Don't get me wrong, there might be some parts to you that they don't like, but you're never gonna have to be someone else around them. You're not gonna have to play straight or just hide any part of you and who you are. So I'm very big on them with being themselves, not just trying to follow a trend, like just really doing what it is that makes them happy. And yeah, like I said, with my mom, it was a real struggle. As she knows, as my daughter knows, like, I am at a point now, getting too old for this shit. We don't speak. And in all honesty, I feel like I've tried. I feel like I tried to be someone else when I'm around her, or just not speak on that part of me, which is kind of hard, because if I'm dating a female and I'm just trying to talk to you or just, hell, tell you about my day, it's a little harder to not tell you about my day if I was at home with my girlfriend or something. Like, it's just, again, I just did not like having to censor or shelter her in a way, or just pamper her, this image she had of me, because of my sexuality. That does not make me any less of who I am. And I am not at a point, like I said, that I'm not, look, either you like it or leave it. Like, and again, you don't have to like it, or even agree with it. Speaking of parents, my dad, I was in a relationship with a girl for about 10 years on and off. She loves her, you guys.
Shout out to my second mother.
So yeah, we about, honestly, probably like 6 to 8 years into the relationship, me and my dad were talking one day, which he's like my BFF. We talk all day, every day. He was like, you know what, y'all really made me believe in lesbian relationships. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? He was like, because I really didn't. He didn't believe it. Like, I mean, I guess believes in gay dudes. I guess he just kind of felt like females be playing. I don't really know. We didn't really go a lot into it. What I did get into, though, was the fact that I never knew that he had anything against it or had views other than mine, I guess. He definitely just loved me for me, and he made me feel accepted. He was, I mean, to this day, he still associates with my ex-girlfriend. Like, they're still cool. He's still cool with her family.
She's number one. Can't nobody else compare.
So, I mean, with that being said, it just was like, I never knew that I guess felt like I was playing around. Like, I don't really know what to call it, but he was just like seeing how we were, and I guess how just everything about us. He's like, he really actually believed in lesbian relationships now. He was like, 'cause I mean, I didn't. And I just really, like I said, appreciated the fact that I never felt the, I guess, non-belief or the dislike or however he felt about it. And that's what I feel like it comes down to, whether you agree with it or not. When you love someone, you accept them for who they are. So yeah, shout out to you, Daddy. Let me see. Okay, again, tying into what we were just discussing. How did certain family members against my sexuality make you feel? Like, either, I guess, hearing comments that they made or just anything, like, or even people around you that didn't agree with it. Like, how did those statements or looks or anything that you felt like how did it make you feel?
When I was younger, I would say it made me feel like when I was younger, it made me feel like different, I guess, because they made it feel like it wasn't normal, like it was something wrong with it. So when I was younger, it used to make me feel very unaccepted, uncomfortable. When I got older and, I started talking to you more, I started understanding more, I don't really care no more.
Yeah, because, again, this is another struggle that I went through with my mother.
It be your own family, man.
What? But, because most of the time, it's my own kids. They be doing me dirty out. But, no, she was younger. Again, like I said, before she was even one, I was in a relationship with a female, and that's literally all she ever knew until school.
I liked my mom in better relationships with girls than anyone else.
Well, if you want them to know what you're saying, I'm gonna need you to talk to the mic. But yeah, my mom had kept her. I think like it was like a weekend or a week. It was probably summer. I'm not really sure. Either way, she kept her, and my daughter comes back home, and when she came back home, she was like, I think my ex was like leaving or something. We like hugged, maybe kissed or something, and she was like, "That's nasty," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "That's what my nana said. My nana said that's nasty, so that's nasty." And I was like, "Girl." And it just really honestly took me like I was definitely taken back. I don't know how
you had to have a talk. Like when I got a little older, we had to talk.
We had to talk that day. Because we was definitely gonna have to talk about that.
That's when we lived in Euless.
No, this was way, way, way before that.
I'm talking about in Euless when we had the conversation.
Yeah, we had a conversation then too. But we've had to talk over the years because as you grow and as you're older and you comprehend more, then yeah, I'm gonna explain it to you more. Or even now, like there are different things that you have questions about that in regards to subjects we've already discussed. But now that you're older and you are more intelligent, you understand more, then yeah, you're gonna have different questions that arise. So yeah, we've had the conversation way more than once. But this time in particular, but I definitely had to sit her down and talk, because again, I knew off top it didn't come from her. Only because again, like if that's all you know, it's not really. It had never came out her mouth before. She had never made a face and again, that's what she knew. She knew me and her. She never knew anything other than that. So, I mean, we talked about it and we discussed it, and we discussed, at the time she had to be like 3. So we had to discuss like, you know, in the most, I guess, watered down way I could explain people not liking certain things about you. And as I told her, like, my sexuality is not a choice. It's who I am. It's definitely a huge part of me. It's a big part of me. And I won't say who I am. It's definitely a big part of me. But like I told her, it's like people not liking you for the color of your skin or because you got curly hair and they like straight hair or whatever the case was. And again, this is why my mom's definitely a big reason as to why I instill the things I instill in my kids. Like, I try to teach them not to judge someone based on who they are, based on what they wear, or whatever the case may be, because you don't know people's struggle, you don't know their background, you don't know. Hell, that might be what they like. They might like the hobo look. I mean, shit, Kanye making a killing. Like,
nah, I'm a certified hobo. I can't even talk about people.
No, for real, because I be telling her she like my first son. I don't know what she be having going on. Yeah, I literally had to brush her up before the podcast, and even now, we're not gonna talk to them. Anyway, so let's see. I had another question. So what would you say to parents? Because I know it's a lot of times it's a struggle for parents to come out to their kids, if their kids are already not knowing or whatever. But I know it's a struggle for some parents to come out to their kids, especially if they've lived a life if you've lived straight your kid's whole life, or the majority of their life. It's a little harder to come out to them when they're older and more understanding. Versus me, I mean, I never actually had to come out to my kids. But what would you say to parents going to speak to their kids or wanting to come out to their kids? What do you feel like is a good way, I guess, to do that or to kind of ease some of their fears?
Same way with regular people. Like, I don't know. You can't choose not to talk to your kids if they don't accept you coming out. But, hey, I don't really know.
When I asked that, I guess I'm asking, like, what made you comfortable? Like, what made you comfortable with it? Or was there ever anything that I said to you that made it a little more comfortable for you? Is it literally just like, hey, this is what it was?
This is what it was. I mean, how are you not going to accept somebody who gave you life?
You moved from the mic.
You cannot accept people who gave you life. I mean,
you can. This is what I actually just said. Like,
oh, I thought about it. That's funny.
But yeah, like I said, so yeah, you definitely can, because again, people be so quick to blood is thicker than water. I actually just said this on. I was a guest star on Out Loud podcast, and y'all check them out. I was a guest star on their podcast, and I said the same thing because yeah, they be talking about blood ain't thicker than water, but like what did Tasha say? She said, oh yeah, because it's Tampico over here. Like, yeah, niggas all there. So yeah, because I mean, you can definitely choose your family.
But happiness is a big part in people's life. So, I don't know. Now people are committing suicide for everything.
Yeah.
Literally, it's very important. So, I mean.
Because, yeah, I mean, hiding inside of you or pretending to be someone that.
Not.
Yeah, like, that can eat you up on the inside. Like, it's definitely understandable. And, I mean, I get it. These are people you grew up around. You love them. But you have to really ask yourself, like, do they love you?
Generation Z is pretty understanding and LGBTQ. Ooh, I said that all wrong.
Yeah.
Don't mind that, people.
But yeah, they definitely y'all definitely are a lot more open. I mean, which is cool. So it's not as hard. But there are still a lot of people that are just against. I mean, of course, with things becoming legal and, you know, us just being more open and more out about it, and raising awareness. I mean, it's a lot easier, but it doesn't mean it's just, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, you can definitely choose your family, you can definitely like, because again, love those who love you, choose those who choose you.
Exactly. If they don't accept you, you need to drop them off at the fire station. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, don't be telling people what I tell you. Yeah.
She told me she was going to drop me off at the fire station.
They be being bad.
We're not going to talk about how many times she didn't drove past the fire station.
They be being bad. I be having to threaten them some kind of way.
Mm-mm.
But, okay, so what would you say to other children? Either, again, their parents are coming out to them, they're just hearing it for the first time, or kids that feel like they are being picked on or teased about who their parents are, or like I said, I do know a lot of times it's a lot harder for guys.
You remember when I was little and I went to like first and second grade and I was so in love with Justin Bieber, and then you know what I mean to call him. Then those kids told me he was gay, and they kept making it seem so bad. I started loving him. I took out all my posters.
Yeah, I remember you.
That was my first crush.
Yeah, she named her kid. I mean her kid.
It's no need to tell them.
She named her turtle Elmo Justin Bieber. After she heard this,
he was gonna be my first husband. It's so sad.
After she came home from school this day, when they were talking about it, she was like, "I gotta change his name because they said he's gay and he's not gonna want to be with me." And yeah, she was heartbroken. Like in the room.
He's so fine now, and he's married.
Welcome to teenagers, y'all. Everybody fine. I swear. Everybody's fine. She drooling every day over something. Like
LL Cool J, Justin Bieber. I mean, you know what I mean. Call that man.
Yeah, it's so tragic. I swear, I probably have drool rolling down my TV, my walls, like car windows. Like it's. Oh Lord. Whether you're gay, straight, bi, trans, whatever. Teenage years, it's for the birds. Yeah,
and Kalani is fine
and not
too.
for ravens. Let me just make that clear. Not for this bird. Like it's just for them other birds. Like I ain't got time. But yeah, what would you say to kids? Either like I said, hearing it for the first time, or just struggling with the outside world and their parents.
I was gonna say don't knock it till you try it, but
that's not it.
No, I mean, be open-minded. You can't judge people off things you don't know yet. And again, you have to accept people for who they are.
Yeah, because I mean, I would say this though. Yeah, I am so big on who. Okay, my child's on the show. Let me find another way to say this. Who I choose to love don't do shit for you. Like it don't harm you. You don't like it. Don't look. You don't like whatever the case is. But who I choose to love don't affect your bills. It don't affect your money. It should not affect your life. Exactly. Like why you so bothered?
So nosy.
Yes, like and
you
being
care
nosy
this much about my situation that it's harming you.
Yes,
all up in my business.
Because it's not like. But did you die? Like that's how I feel about it.
That's high school.
Exactly. Like, and speaking of high school, Lord, yeah, I've been out of high school for a long, long, long time. And when I tell y'all,
I tell her everything.
I hear about so much goddamn high school drama. Like, I feel like I'm back in that thing, and I don't want to be. Like, I know I said I want to be a kid again, but I meant like, kid, like elementary. This shit, again, for the birds.
I'm a homeschool myself.
Girl. Lord. Again, if y'all got teenagers, y'all know what I'm going through. If y'all not quite there yet, pray for patience. Pray for sanity. Hell, pray for therapy.
You don't need no therapy.
Girl, you do.
I know. It's sad.
First of all, she takes therapy. And that's another thing I'm big on. Like, if y'all can't talk,
I'm still going through it. Make sure you talk to your counselors.
But yeah, I'm big on like again your mental health. However, I definitely feel like she talks more. Mom? She feels the need to talk to me more than she talks to her counselor. I don't mind. I love the fact that she.
Kaya, hold up. I'm gonna call you right back. Oh my God, Kaya, I gotta do something. Oh my God.
First
Kaya,
of all,
this is too much for me.
This is because this is daily. It be the same shit. I be hearing about the same person.
Okay, not too much.
All day, every day. And she would literally be on the phone like, oh my gosh, mom. And then
I hope nobody I know sees this because this is just so embarrassing. And I'm pretty sure they know who you're talking about.
And then she I'd be like, but did you talk to them though? Did you say something to them?
No.
And she'd be like, no. Well, get off my phone.
Well,
this is what we be
no,
going through, y'all.
No, because if somebody makes you feel a type of way and you're not good at opening up, are you going to go sit there, waste your time and tell them, or are you going to talk to your parents about it?
And you talk to me, and I listen, and I give you advice, and then you're supposed to run with it.
Kaya, if you ain't tell them, why you talking to me?
Because I tell you every day to tell them. Every day.
I'm not a
because I can talk your ear up. I can give you all the advice in the world, but if you don't actually apply it,
Gunna said we pushing P. You got to get your life together.
First of all, I don't even know what that phrase means, but I don't even appreciate it. I don't like it.
You don't know what it means for real?
No, I still don't like it.
She's old. We pushing P though, y'all.
Not really. Saying it because I don't even know what
it
means.
I don't
even know what they mean yet. Yeah, so don't say it until I fucking Urban Dictionary this shit or something. Yeah, shit. I have never felt so old until I got a teenager. But anyway, it is time to wrap up this episode. I don't know what I was about to say, but with that being said, thank my Minnie for coming on. Yeah, I can't never get no love. Anyway. But yeah,
I need to ask to have me back again. We need to talk about mental health.
We already talked about that. I don't let her watch the podcast, you guys.
It's okay. I know my ways.
But yeah, so with that
I'd rather
being
spare
said,
myself though. I heard a little too much.
Because you weren't supposed to be listening to it. Anyway, thank you guys.